I have an update for you. So this is my Hinsining pink doll. It's a Cattleya orchid. It's a hybrid. And there's another one that's about to open. And what I do with my blooming Cattleyas is I usually bring them inside the house. That way the blooms will last longer because it gets really hot here in the greenhouse and sometimes they don't last long. So I'm gonna bring this inside the house once the other bud opens. This right here, it's another hybrid that's blooming for me right now. It says RLC Toshi's Magic Doris, but I'm not sure about this one because I have another one that has the same tag, but it's more orangey and gold and it smells different than this one. So I'm not sure if there was a mistake, but I'll try to find out. And I'll let you know when I find the right ID. I have to contact the seller who sold me this one probably about a year or two ago. I have to wait for the 2 more buds to open and I'm gonna bring it inside the house as well. Here's another Vanda orchid. I think I've had this for more than 2 years now, and I love that it has this orange, golden orange and red coloring here. It's a hybrid as well. It's called Vasco Pine River Fuchsia Sunset, and this one is one of my new favorites. It's from Southern California. From Ruben Colmenares. It's Leliocattleya Giselle Margarita, none better. And it's a color changing orchid. I really love this color. It resembles the color of Cattleya tenebrosa or the Cattleya luminosa. So I'm gonna keep this for sure. These are my broccolis that I didn't harvest, so they just became taller and taller and I let them flower. Look at all those beautiful bees. I wanted to take out this one before so that I could plant a new batch of vegetables, but I figured I'd keep them so that I could attract more bees here in our garden. And we also have a small mandarin here. We have a few citrus plants here because my husband loves citrus plants. And I also have a papaya. It's called Babaco papaya. It's a hybrid. It's from Ecuador. I've already harvested 2 fruits and I see there's another batch. There's about 5 fruits that are growing right now. This one, it's not the typical papaya that I grew up with. This one, it's elongated and it has like 4 corners here, and they taste like mixture of tropical fruits, pineapples, strawberries, and mango. So I kind of have to move here in the gazebo because it's already after lunch and it got very hot outside. So anyway, I'm going to the next one that I'm gonna have to repot is this Anthurium Princess of Hearts. It's a Warocneum kind of Anthurium. It's also on Lechusa pond, and I think this is already root bound here. I'm planning to reuse the sphagnum moss and the pond, but let me see if it's still usable. I gotta have to be very careful not to damage the root system here. Oh my gosh, I think it's really this is definitely root bound. Never mind my neighbors. I'm filming here outside, so it's a little loud. So look at these roots right here. It's definitely root bound. That's why I'm having a hard time taking it off the pot. But we'll see. We can do this. Oh my gosh. So look at this one. Woo! So like I said, I try my best not to disturb the root system. So I'm just going to get a new pot and add some pond in here. And this is what I decided to use. It's an orchid pot. And it's a little bigger than the previous one. Since I've been having a hard time getting pond from Amazon, so I just bought an alternative one. It's the same, it look the same, but I just have to add more nutrient solution here, because as you know, the Lechusa pond from Germany comes with a fertilizer. I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna rinse it because it has a lot of dust, and I'll be right back. I'm going to leave the sphagnum moss here. As you can see, if you've noticed, my anthuriums have sphagnum moss on the top layer because I wanted to add additional moisture or humidity here on top, and it's been very helpful to encourage root growth as well. So I always want to have moss, sphagnum moss on top of my anthuriums. So I've already rinsed my fake Lechusa pond. I think I'm just gonna call it pond, right? If you know what it's called, let me know so that I could call it the right thing. Oops, it's too high. Right here. Be careful not to bury the moss with the pond because it might cause root rot. So make sure that you don't do that. Now we have a newly repotted Anthurium Princess of Hearts. As easy as that. I have this Anthurium forgetii crossed with crystallinum, and it's rooted in soil, so I decided to try and move it into leca this time and see if it grows faster. I've been watching Hakuna La Planta, Kevin, with his Anthurium updates, and I see that he is growing some of his Anthuriums in leca, and I thought I want to try. We'll see. So I already rinsed off the roots and got as much dead roots as I can. And now I'm going to transplant it into leca. I hope this works. Let's see. There's no harm in trying, so I'm just going to experiment. The only thing that I don't like about leca is they kind of smell a little funky if you forget to change the water. It's a lot of work. You gotta keep up with changing the reservoir for this one. And I'm going to add sphagnum moss on top to help with the humidity, because Anthuriums, of course, they love humidity, and I don't usually turn on my humidifier. I just have to improvise and do the best I can to provide humidity without using the humidifiers. Here, right here is our finished product. I have this Anthurium dock block brown derby. It's currently growing and it has a new leaf here. And I don't remember what I put it into. I think it's in chunky soil mix. Yep, it's in chunky soil mix. And here I'm going to show you the new root growth covered with sphagnum moss. That's why I like putting sphagnum moss. I'm not sure if it's focusing, but here it is. It's this one right here. So I'm thinking of maybe moving it. I don't know. I'll probably just keep it on the same substrate. Let me see. Look how overgrown that is. As usual, it's root bound. So I'm going to use cocoa husk with this one. Right here. Luckily, I have extra cocoa husk in my storage shed, so I'm probably just gonna add and untangle the roots here because they are root bound. I gave my other dock block to Cyril. He is Cyril Cybernated over in Instagram, and also Cyril Cybernated in YouTube. Watch his channel. I gave him my other dock block because it was struggling, and he showed it on Instagram last week, and the dock block that I gave him already has new beautiful big leaves, and the reason why it wasn't really doing well for me was it was also root bound. So that's why I decided to do some repotting today, because I just got inspired, and you know, I just can't keep giving away my plants whenever they're struggling, right? So yeah, I gotta do my part and be a responsible plant parent. So I'm going to repot this one. Anyway, do you remember the time when all these Anthurium dock block or all these dark leaf or red leaf anthuriums cost like around $200. So yeah, this one I think I got it for $225. It's Duck Block Brown Derby by Michelle. But then recently these anthuriums have been sold in, but recently these anthuriums were being sold now in Home Depot or Lowe's. Is that Lowe's or Home Depot? Anyway, for lesser price. But of course I already have this, so I didn't wanna jump with the bandwagon and buy another one. So here's my box of chunky soil mix, and I'm going to use this clear pot right here so that I could monitor the root growth. I apologize if I can't show you closer because I have my camera all the way there. I'm not a pro YouTube filmmaker, or I'm not a pro filmmaker at all, but I'm just trying my best here to document my journey as much as I can so that I can have something to go back to, and so that I have something to show my friends. Probably in a few years I can go back to all these videos and so chunky soil mix. I just want to make sure that there's not a lot of air pocket here, and trying my best not to damage the roots. And now our good old sphagnum moss. If your sphagnum moss are fairly new, you can reuse them. That way it's economical. So yeah, now I'm gonna water this one. I think this is an inflow. It's not a new leaf, it's an inflow. I'm probably gonna cut it right here. I don't like no inflow. I'm done filming.